This is a tale of two Maine artists. The worlds of American illustrator N.C. Wyeth and cosmopolitan modernist Marsden Hartley may, on the surface, seem to have very little in common. Though their paths may never have crossed, these men of the same generation, Hartley was born in 1877 and Wyeth in 1882, found common ground in coastal Maine in the 1930s. N.C. Wyeth was engaging in an experimental style much more modern and expressive than his illustration work. Known as his personal paintings, they often held personal meaning. The 1936 painting, The Drowning, is an oil on canvas, approximately 42 inches tall and 48 inches wide. It depicts a rugged coastline, a dark sky and stormy sea, and tellingly, an empty boat. The impossibly tilted dory and its lone oar in the foreground completes the story begun by the title of the painting. Wyeth made the work in response to the death of 16-year-old Douglas Anderson, the Wyeth family's friend and neighbor in Port Clyde, Maine. Anderson disappeared while lobstering in September 1935, after the Wyeths had returned to Chadds Ford for the winter. Months later, Anderson's father and younger brother Walt found the boy's body floating in the water off Horse Point, a rocky, tree-strewn landscape very similar to that which is rendered by Wyeth. His stormy sea kicks up sharp-edged waves, tossing the empty boat, which itself played a painful role in the tragedy. Anderson was not in the sturdy dory represented by Wyeth, but in a much more flimsy skiff, a craft sadly unsuited for his task. Hartley traveled the United States and Europe working in avant-garde styles, but in 1937 he returned to his native state and declared that henceforth he would be the painter of Maine. In Ghosts of the Forest of about 1938, Hartley depicts another view of the Maine coastline with a mound of bleached logs piled up on the near shore. The oil on Academy board is about 22 inches high and 28 inches wide. He wrote of it succinctly: "Stray logs washed down the Kennebec River in the last flood and thrown up on the shore in front of Laura E. Richards' summer house." His painting is a record, as is Wyeth's, of the natural violence of Maine. Both artists painted their scenes in deliberately less detailed styles, accentuating the blunt and forceful power of the water's current and the destruction it can bring. Though each artist shows the proverbial calm after a Maine storm, the damage, both physical and emotional, is abundantly clear.